Okay, so today very interesting news are coming from Korean servers of Throne and Liberty. You can see here developer post only 46 minutes ago, and I'm bringing you this fresh news here on my YouTube channel immediately because gear is getting boosted with one purpose, that players can farm more in-game, in generally in endgame, right? Because we have seen big part of gaming community who are playing over their Throne and Liberty on servers in Korea, they were complaining that game is not grindy enough. Why? Reason is simple. Developers of this game, NCSoft, they have prepared this game for global players, for global market. And most of the players did complain that you cannot grind enough in endgame. Can you grind to some point? Yes, you can. You probably know that if you're following my YouTube channel. You can grind for different kind of items, for gear, for rooms. Nevertheless, still, game doesn't feel grindy enough. You wouldn't believe that, right? So they are making adjustments to the gear to make possible for players to grind solo or in parties also. You will see what kind of adjustments. I have already done some translation. So before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of Throne and Liberty videos in the future. So first, let's check what is happening right here within this post. What is the aim from developers of this game? First, let's check introduction. So this boost for the gear, Tier 1 and Tier 2, will happen in two different occasions, on September 11 for Hero 2 tier gear and on October 16, you can see for Tier 1 gear. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, reason, you can see here. I will not turn this into reading session. Don't worry about that. I have already studied this post. I will just show you most interesting things. First, adjust the hero second tier equipment to enhance the satisfaction of farming that you are currently feeling of lacking. Yes, so players did complain that currently in endgame, for example, when you would like to farm hours and hours and hours, basically you cannot do that, especially in open world dungeons, because for example you have Abyss contract tokens. Check dedicated video on my YouTube channel. I have already done few videos regarding that topic. Basically, you have certain amount of Abyss contract token points and you are spending them until you reach 0. When you reach 0, there is no farming anymore. You will not get any kind of drop, right? Also, in generally, regarding farming, right, satisfaction was not on that level. And now they want to make equipment stronger on one way. You will see on what way. You will see on what way in a second, right? Hero 2, Tier 2 and Tier 1 equipment to make that experience of farming more enjoyable. So we have here 3 directions for improvement of cases. The maximum enhancement level, this is important. This is very important part. The maximum enhancement level of Hero second tier equipment increased to 12. So you'll be able to enchant your gear to level 12, Tier 2. That is interesting. This is to allow for higher peaks compared to Tier 1 hero equipment. So they want to make difference between Tier 2 gear and Tier 1 gear bigger. And with this, they will achieve absolutely. Adjust the performance of the new Hero 2 tier equipment that can be obtained from Toland. So Tier 2 gear, which we can get from Talandre, new region, they want to adjust also boost the performance of that gear. Some weapon skills will be improved. You will see that in a minute how and where. Armor additional option is provided. The set effect. That is interesting. Set effect, right? Also, Hero 2 accessories will basically have 4 options, and I want to set it that at least 2 of them have top stats. So let's check translation, what are actually they changing, right? So this post is about, you can check this post on official website, right, of Throne and Liberty or their own service in Korea. Regarding Hero Tier 1 equipment, they will make adjustments on October 16. Again, you can see direction of adjustment. They want to put set effect for some equipment, not all the equipment, and performance of some weapons will be adjusted. The skill effects of some weapons will be adjusted downwards. That is actually interesting. So they are going to nerf some weapons, and skill effects of some weapons will be changed to make them more usable. Okay, in the case of dual wielding weapons, crossbow dagger, damage, attack, speed, distance, etc. will be adjusted according to the adjustment of sub-weapon probability. Ooh, is this another nerf of crossbow dagger? It would be interesting to see another nerf for crossbow dagger, right? Okay, so however, since many people are still using hero equipment, you can farm second tier equipment using existing equipment. Yeah. So we have here two tables. They can provide for us two tables, right? First, you can see right, changes for tier 2 gear, and I already studied this right table. What are they adding here? For example, right, they're adding here a damage reduction, you'll notice. So for farming, you'll receive less damage. Also, mana consumption efficiency plus 2%. So while you farm, again, you will not spend that much mana. And for example, I have seen somewhere also additional HP. For example, maximum health, look at this, maximum health 150 additionally. So basically, they are adjusting tier 2 gear. I wouldn't say the stats overall to make it like bigger hit. You can see here additional damage, hit, fight, additional attack speed is the same. That's the same, right? However, they have add some effects like maximum health, like reduced mana consumption, right? So that you can, so you don't need to spend too much mana while farming. Also things like that to make farming experience more enjoyable, right? So that you can see the table here, right? I have translated and make it a little bit bigger that you can see more clearly, right? And now we have some effects here for tier 1 gear. And this is interesting here, right? I'm not sure regarding this translation. I mean, this should be accurate translation. We need to check after these changes will be implemented into the game, right? You can see here for Reaper 2 set effect, crit damage plus 21% going into plus 14%. So are they reducing it? Come on. I mean, it's looking like that, right? If this is correct translation, right? We need to check it out after we get this update on servers in Korea. Ghost set effect additional damage going 22 to 18. Commander 2 set effect damage reduction from 22 to 18. Also some effects here, right? Adjustments for different weapons. So they were very specific here. Like I said, for different gears specifically, right? Different kind of changes. And like I said, they want to make farming experience more on more satisfaction side. Now, how will these changes actually look when we get them over there on servers in Korea? That remains to be seen. Is this another nerf or buff for certain weapons? That remains to be seen. Like I said, we need to see how will this look in the game, right? Here on paper, right? Here on the screen, when you look at this, right? I can only see some changes for tier 2, right? For example, these changes are not huge regarding attack speed or hit or something like that. No, right? These changes are really looking like lesser mana consumption, right? More HP for farming, and stuff like that, right? Look, even this increased attack distance plus 2%. This actually could be very useful, right? And stuff like that. So big changes are coming again on servers in Korea for Throne and Liberty. That means that all of these changes we will see one day in the future, maybe even for global release. We'll see about that, right? For a global version of the game. So they are adjusting again tier 2 gear, tier 1 gear. Some of the gear they are buffing for farming, obviously, right? And some of the gear looks, they are even nerfing. What is kind of interesting, they're adding set effect, and what is interesting, you'll be able to enchant your tier 2 gear to level 12. That is right, interesting. They want to make bigger difference between tier 2 gear and tier 1 gear. And then again, they don't want to make tier 1 gear too weak, right? So these are interesting changes, and we will check. Absolutely, I'll try to play. I'm currently playing every single day over there on servers in Korea, Throne and Liberty. Visit me on Twitch if you have time. Visit me on Twitch in the evening about 6 p.m. Central European Time. I'm live on stream, right? I'm live streaming on Twitch. Visit me on Twitch if you have any kind of questions regarding the game. I'll be glad to answer, and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of Throne and Liberty. I will check these changes on September 11 and October 16. I will let you know how does it feel in the game actually, these changes. And in the meanwhile, if you're interested into Throne and Liberty, check my YouTube channel. I'm preparing lots of videos, guides for new players, for global release of this game. You'll be updated regarding everything what is happening for PvP, for PvE. You'll see guides regarding dungeons, crafting, life skills, everything what you need to know from World of Throne and Liberty, you'll find out here on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another Throne and Liberty video.